Monster Hunter in Smash and a new Kirby game just got leaked. This will supposedly all get shadow dropped really soon. Let's talk about it. Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your blocked content for today. Well, it's been a really long time since we've heard anything about Monster Hunter coming to Smash Bros. Ultimate. We made a video about it way back when, and actually discussed the chances, but right now, thanks to everything going on with that Monster Hunter Direct, and things that feel a little bit off, it does actually feel like this might be coming sooner rather than later. And as well, there's been a huge Nintendo leak that happened just yesterday that right now we get to talk about. It's a Kirby game that will also sort of coincide with some Smash Bros. Content, because there was actually a leak that happened of someone talking about just this that also says, yes, the Kirby game got leaked. I mean, stuff about a Nintendo Direct is leaked, so something is gonna drop in a couple of hours from now. So the clock has started, something really interesting is about to happen really soon, and it's supposedly also having Super Smash Bros. Ultimate content in it. So there's a whole lot happening. I'm really excited to start talking about all of the news of today, and of course, I've been answering many questions about Smash Bros. Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Block, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube content? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your questions live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And yes, we have just finished the first session of Blocked Content's new Let's Play show. I'm super excited to show it off to you guys, and there are episodes dropping really soon, starting to edit that tomorrow. So I hope you guys are excited to find out what game we're playing and who my host is, and well, let's just jump into it really soon. So, okay, the news of today. Let's talk all about it. The first thing that I want to mention is everything going on with that Nintendo ad that had the Super Smash Bros. Fighters Pass number 2 on it that talked about the fighter number 7. So let's talk about this leak that just happened that you guys have sent my way, right? It says, so apparently Kirby Fighters 2 and a Nintendo Direct have both leaked, which is apparently happening tomorrow. So expect a tweet about it in just about 5.5 hours. And yes, this will include new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate content. Now, isn't this crazy? Everything is kind of dropping at the same time. It seems like all the news about a Monster Hunter fighter, and then the Super Smash Bros. Fighters Pass ad, and then a Nintendo Direct leak, and then Kirby Fighters 2 is all happening pretty much around the same day. So will Nintendo actually shadow drop some information right out of nowhere to talk about this? I would be very excited to kind of find out, because it usually kind of happens when all this information is dropped at the same time. We had the same thing happen with Simon and Richter for Super Smash Bros. Of course, at the time we didn't even know that Richter would drop. We just knew that Simon would probably be in for Super Smash Bros. But now with also this Kirby Fighters 2 game, this leak is actually totally 100% legitimate. So I'll actually talk about what exactly was leaked for that game, because that will give you a lot more insight in what is happening right now and the information that Nintendo was trying to hide but is still getting out there. So the information comes from GamesRadar.com and originally posted by Alex Vard, saying Kirby Fighters 2 leaked by Nintendo ahead of its official reveal. It looks like we're getting a Kirby Fighters sequel. So Nintendo appears to have leaked Kirby Fighters 2 for Nintendo Switch on its own digital eShop. The now deleted listing, first spotted by Wario64, contained the cover art for the sequel, alongside a full product description, which reads as follows. Choose from a cast of Kirby's most iconic copy abilities, including the brand new Wrestler ability, and duke it out to be the last Kirby standing. Familiar friends and foes like Bandana Waddle Dee and King Dedede also make an appearance as playable characters in the Kirby Fighters 2 game, available exclusively for the Nintendo Switch system. Now, Kirby Fighters started out as a minigame in 2014's Kirby Triple Deluxe for 3DS, but Nintendo eventually released it as its own standalone title in the form of Kirby Fighters Deluxe in 2015. Somewhat similar in style to last year's Super Kirby Clash, the series is a 2D brawler inspired by Super Smash Brash, where players fight each other across a variety of modes and maps, with a suite of items and tools to experiment with. but it's unclear when Nintendo plans to officially announce this Kirby Fighters 2 game. But given that it's already on the eShop, we wouldn't be surprised to see a stealth launch sometime this week. And they'll be sure to let us know even more when that time is come. So yes, to talk about this very briefly, Nintendo sometimes has these kind of slip-ups, right? Where there's information already out there either on a website or either on like official information, and maybe stuff like this where it's just an eShop entry, they're preparing the game to be released. Well, what I think is happening over here is definitely this game is already finished. It's out there. People can download it, but it's right now just hidden on the servers, right? They will probably have some sort of Nintendo Direct that also, of course, talks about what we just discussed with the Monster Hunter character and other Nintendo Switch and Direct news. And then that eventually will have a segment that talks about a brand new Kirby Fighters game is coming. And that game will also, Shadow Drop, will launch directly after this Nintendo Direct. So they'll probably show off a little bit of gameplay. They'll probably talk about it just a little bit and then say, oh, by the way, big surprise, it's out right now. That's right now the only thing that really makes sense, because supposedly the game is already finished, and it looks like when it's up on the eShop, it would eventually just show up in a Nintendo Direct in not that long of a sequence, right? So why a lot of people are talking about Monster Hunter of all the characters, of course, we just had that Monster Hunter Direct. We, of course, have had Monster Hunter content in Smash Brothers with Mii costumes going as far back as the Smash Brothers Wii U game. And also, of course, we have Rathalos in the game. We have that Monster Hunter sort of stage that we fight Rathalos on. So would it make sense for that character to actually come into Smash Brothers? We've talked about, representation in other franchises, the Soul Calibur of it all also having Monster Hunter content. So yes, this is actually a franchise that is open to stuff like these kinds of crossovers in fighting games, and to see Super Smash Bros. Ultimate not have a Monster Hunter character but have all this other representation makes me think maybe it was already in the plans for a long time, but maybe they wanted to work together for some sort of deal where they could actually get the money from the character because it would be a third-party, DLC fighter. Normally what happens with these kinds of things, especially what is considered with Square Enix, is that they will have these characters in Smash Brothers and then get, a margin of the profits of that character's specific sales and downloads from the Smash Brothers, DLC sales. It would make total sense for this Monster Hunter character to actually have the same, and the agreement was, but then we get to put Rathalos in the base game and some other Monster Hunter content. I mean, that is something that would make complete sense in my mind. So I'm really curious generally what you guys think of the chances of a Monster Hunter character in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and of course all about this Kirby Fighters 2 leak. And let's talk about the idea that in about 5.5 hours, that will actually drop online, either a Nintendo Direct or news about, this Nintendo Direct is happening tomorrow. That could actually be the case, and it's really on Nintendo to do stuff like this, but it's been too long since we've had the previous big Nintendo Direct, so I'm not really sure if they will do this, but if they will, I am very, very hyped and very excited for this. So I'm generally curious what you guys all think of this news. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. The comment question of today is, do you want to have a Monster Hunter character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? And as for previous comment question winner, our answer actually comes to us from our very own user, Matt Yee, saying, I'm not sure if the remaining Fighters Pass would mostly be first parties until the very last one. Who knows, it could be a third-party character in one of these packs. It all depends on who Sakurai and his team had picked for the second Fighters Pass. Sometimes it's not always just revealing a character by the release of their game or by anniversaries. It could be someone else in terms of popular franchises or other games/characters that Sakurai likes. We'll just have to wait and see if they post a tweet about a Smash Direct on Twitter for the next week, if possible. So Matt Yee, thank you so much for sending in your comment, and I totally agree, and I think that if we are to believe the leak that just happened today, we are getting exactly something like that. So it would make total sense in my mind that Nintendo out of nowhere on Twitter just reveals, hey, Nintendo Direct is coming, or yes, we're gonna have some Smash Brothers news very soon. And thank you so much for sending in all your comments, guys. These are so much fun to read through. And of course, a huge shout out to our latest Patreon supporters. This world and this time in the world is totally insane insane right now, and I'm very happy that you guys support this channel in the way that you do. So thank you so much. And of course, yes, you can have yourself created in blocked content style, or even have your own ideas become videos. Please visit patreon.com/blockedcontent. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more blocked content. See ya!